Wanda, darling,
Yes, dear.
get the light.
Now that's romantic. This is our home.
Hello, Westview!
Life moves pretty fast in the suburbs. Something strange happened.
Wanda. And they lived happily ever after.
Series premiere January 15th on Disney+.
Welcome to 2021. Congratulations, everyone. You made it. You survived 2020 if you're watching this. Right after midnight this morning, Marvel dropped this brand new Wandavision trailer with a bunch of Doctor Strange 2 teasers because the series is going to cross over with Doctor Strange 2, so we'll break it all down. There's a whole bunch of Avengers stuff happening during this. If you're new to the channel, I'll be doing videos for all the episodes in a couple weeks when it starts, so be sure to subscribe to get those. I'll do a Disney Plus giveaway when those episodes start as well. There's also a special Marvel Legends TV show that's going to air 2 episodes next Friday, and it'll be sort of a prequel to the WandaVision episode, so I'll be doing videos for that next Friday as well when those episodes are released. But during the new footage, when they're still earlier in the black and white era of the 1950s, the 1960s TV, obviously in this footage they put on a magic show. What does that remind you of, with her in the top hat? At what seems like the town's park using this gazebo, but the way they have it framed and set up, it's like the TV stage is in front of a live studio audience, like during sitcoms when they'd pause for lines of dialogue to allow the audience to laugh or react in some way before they'd move on to the next scene. They actually legit filmed some of the episodes in front of a real live studio audience. You have to imagine that the red tape that those people went through to participate in that, like, we'll let you participate in this new WandaVision series that we're doing, but if you talk about it or if you reveal any spoilers, we will take your life away. They also said that when they're doing the black and white, the older eras of TV show like the 50s, 60s, and 70s, they use period-specific cameras from that era to make those parts of the episodes feel authentically old like they would have if the TV show would have been happening during the real-life 1950s and 60s. But in this scene, during the magic show, she turns to Vision and says, "Something strange happened." Very obvious Doctor Strange reference. The whole show is already confirmed to be crossing over with Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness, and setting it up like the WandaVision finale will directly lead into the beginning of Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness. Also, when she says something strange is happening in this scene here, it's just a reference to the things around her changing before she actually realizes what she's doing, using her evolving powers, her Infinity Stone-based powers, to change reality around her as she sees fit. There was even a trailer for WandaVision that they released a little while ago called quote-unquote reality, as in the reality stone, because during a lot of these wipe transitions, don't they look exactly like the same effect when Thanos is using the reality stone to change reality around him as he sees fit? It's like a wipe transition that happens in the scene. Kevin Feige teased that they would be taking her full Scarlet Witch, so this is like the MCU version of her using her chaos magic to change things around her, warp reality as she sees fit, like her No More Mutants House of M moment. But you also have to consider, because the finale is supposed to lead up to the beginning of Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness, and that movie isn't happening till 2022, it seems like all these Marvel Phase 4 Disney Plus shows and the movies might be happening around the same time period, instead of the old way when things happen one right after the other. Like Falcon and Winter Soldier episodes will start right after the WandaVision finale, within a couple weeks of it. But originally that show was supposed to air before WandaVision, and maybe it doesn't matter that they switched the order because it's all happening around the same time period after Avengers Endgame and Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm hoping that in the background of one of these scenes, just for continuity, when they get to the more modern era and she's watching TV, there's just something in the background about Spider-Man being outed, like his identity with Peter Parker's face on TV and J. Jonah Jameson. There's a lot more footage in this that focuses on their growing family, quote-unquote, like her being super pregnant, them with their twin mutant children from the comics, Billy and Tommy, and the jokes during the 1950s and 60s when they're still in black and white about actually making the children. Wanda, get the light. Then she uses her powers and flicks her finger Bewitched style to turn the lights off and they just start getting it on. There's a bunch more footage of them in those crazy outfits during the 1970s, 80s, and 90s. Some of these are going to be really crazy. But also in the background, you keep hearing Randall Park's voice in all these trailers is Agent Jimmy Woo of the FBI from Ant-Man and the Wasp. He was the one that was trying to master close-up magic after seeing Ant-Man do it. I imagine that when WandaVision picks up, he won't be any better at it. He's the voice that you keep hearing broadcasting the Scarlet Witch through all those radios. He keeps asking, "Wanda, are you alright? Who's doing this to you?" Notice that he doesn't ask her how Vision is doing. He doesn't say anything about Vision when he's trying to find out what's happening. That's all because of how the show is set up and the big twist with the main villain that a lot of you have probably seen coming for a while now if you're big X-Men comic book fans. The reason why Nick Fury's new S.W.O.R.D. organization, Monica Rambeau, who's clearly an agent of S.W.O.R.D., Darcy from the Thor movies, played by Kat Dennings, who also seems like she's working with S.W.O.R.D. at this point, and Jimmy Woo with the FBI, the regular law enforcement agencies, are all tiptoeing around Scarlet Witch like you see them all in this field here around this big structure. And the reason why she says to Vision in present day when they're finally in their regular modern clothes and Vision's in his Avengers costume and she starts flying off, they say to each other, "This is our home, let's fight for it." You see all the S.W.O.R.D. vehicles and the weaponry rolling in hot. It's because no one is doing this to Scarlet Witch, so to speak, as they think initially. She's doing it to herself because she just can't handle Vision being dead. So using her evolving Infinity Stone-based powers, like warping reality around her unconsciously or consciously in some instances to make it look like she wants it to look. And even though Scarlet Witch isn't really a villain in the classic sense, in the context of this series, she doesn't want to leave the lie behind, this House of M alternate reality home she created for herself, even though clearly it's breaking down around her. Like you start to see the cracks showing. Something's wrong. Something's very wrong. But you have all these S.W.O.R.D. people, Nick Fury, Jimmy Woo, Monica Rambeau, everyone else in the main MCU reality trying to make this all go away, go back to normal, and get her to come to grips with reality. Vision is dead, you don't actually have children with him, and she says, hell no, I'm not going to do that. So it's really Scarlet Witch versus S.W.O.R.D. during the series. Scarlet Witch is kind of the villain of the series and the protagonist at the same time. They're using a different version of that same idea, the same twist, for the Loki series, but the reason Loki is both the hero and the villain of his series, the Loki episodes, is because it's the new main Loki from Avengers Endgame that escaped, going around to alternate realities and timelines dealing with alternate versions of himself. And because Wandavision is going to have this huge Avengers-level WTF finale episode, when they say they're going to fight for their new home, this new alternate reality, it implies she's going to find a way to bring some of these fake things, like Vision, her children, into the main MCU reality, and they'll survive. Paul Bettany was also asked if he's going to come back for more Avengers stuff, like Avengers 5, other Avengers stories, maybe a WandaVision Season 2, just anything else with Vision in it after these WandaVision episodes. And even though he couldn't give away big spoilers or anything like that, like will he still be dead after the series is over, what he did say is that based on what they do during this series, he says that anything is possible and he's always happy to come back, just implying that she will find a way to make this alternate reality version of Vision real and come back to the main MCU reality. There was also a video a while ago that Elizabeth Olsen posted of her talking about the main comic book stories that they're adapting for the series. She said that they're doing one of her favorite comic book stories she always wanted to do. It's basically House of M. This is the video she posted. It is from a while ago, but it gives you a pretty good idea for the stuff that they're pulling from for the series.
Right? She started out as a villain. Her power is to tap into the mystic powers of the universe, creating reality-disrupting chaos. Essentially, she can manipulate cosmic probability. In House of M, Scarlet Witch created a new reality where mutants were the majority and Magneto was the ruler. But this too backfired, and Scarlet Witch was forced to take action, whispering the words, "No more mutants," causing over 90% of mutants to lose their powers. There was a ton of death. Scarlet Witch fled to Wundagore Mountain, disappearing from the worldview.
Elizabeth Olsen is also supposed to start going on the talk shows next week, so they'll probably be dropping more promos and footage, so of course I'll do videos for that, but leave all your WandaVision bonus video requests in the comments below, or Doctor Strange bonus videos. There'll be a lot of teasers and setup Easter eggs for Doctor Strange 2 stuff happening during WandaVision, so I'll just point those out in the episodes as we see them. In my videos for the Marvel Legends episodes that are going to drop next Friday, will post on Friday, but I think that they'll be dropping the episodes at midnight, just like they did for the Mandalorian Season 2 episodes. So if you stay up really, really late, you do have a chance to see it a little bit before everyone else. And it wouldn't be the new year, 2021, if it weren't Tom Holland spoiling some Spider-Man stuff for us. There was a really funny video that he posted where he kind of does spoil some stuff, so I'll do a video for that next. That should post in a little while, or at least by tomorrow. While you wait for everything, click here to watch Mark Hamill reacting to Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian Season 2. It's amazing. And click here for my breakdown of that brand new Marvel Fantastic Four teaser. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe. Happy New Year.